If Lionel Messi isn't the best athlete in the world today, he is certainly the best soccer player. He is considered by many to be the best ever. Coincidentally, or not, he plays for the world's best soccer team. That's Barca, as it's called, the team from Barcelona. And in Barcelona, as almost everywhere except the United States, the sport is known not as soccer but as football. Last year, Messi scored 91 goals, more than any other player in history. He started this year by winning the Ballon d'Or, the Golden Ball, the most prestigious award in the sport. He won it for the 4th year in a row. That has never been done before. And for a guy known to be humble and self-effacing, even he managed to show a little pride. It wasn't easy getting an interview with Messi. He doesn't enjoy the celebrity part of the game. Had never heard of 60 Minutes. He finally agreed to sit down with us for 30 minutes because his father asked him to. Messi himself says he doesn't feel the need to talk. He speaks with his feet. And when he does, you'll see that he's not only an extraordinary player, he is a poet.
Messi then takes the wall pass and again, absolutely brilliant. That goal was a work of art, and the sculptor won Lionel Messi.
He strikes with the precision of a marksman.
It's Messi. Oh, it's magnificent. You are watching possibly the greatest footballer ever at the absolute peak of his powers.
He makes goalkeepers wish they had chosen another career on another planet.
Raquel Iniesta looking for Messi. Messi steals it. Messi!
He drives through a posse of defenders as if they weren't there.
Lionel Messi's got a hat-trick!
And look what he does with his head.
It's 2-0. It's Messi.
Messi is 5'5". The goalkeeper is 6'6".
And that is an absolutely stunning header.
And he makes it hard for announcers to keep up with him in superlatives.
The geniuses of football in our modern day life. His cup runneth over.
We're watching a football genius.
The word genius is not often used to describe an athlete. Why do you use it to describe Messi?
He does things that nobody has ever seen before. He does things that nobody understands how he produces them.
Graham Hunter is a sports writer and broadcaster who's lived in Barcelona more than 10 years. He says quite simply, Messi is the best ever. How can you say that?
Because I've spent my life studying this. It's like when you say, is that gold or is that fool's gold? If you know your trade, you know 24 karat gold.
They call him La Pulga, the flea. He's quite small for a football player, but just try to shake him off.
It's like watching Raging Bull. He's got extraordinary strength for a small man, yet he'll score goals as if they're going out of fashion. Nobody's ever scored goals at this ratio yet again, and I'm sorry I'm sounding like his dad or a PR man, but this is all true.
It's quite something, starting off from the provinces of Argentina and ending up on a red carpet. Messi doesn't seem to enjoy that part of his life very much. He just wants to play football. Do you ever get bored in a game now? Say after you've scored a couple of goals, do you say to yourself, that's enough, I don't have to try hard anymore?
No, al contrario, siempre quiero hacer más, ya sea en gol, en jugada.
No, on the contrary, I always want more. Whether it's a goal or winning a game, I'm never satisfied. I always push my limits, and I always try to get better every day.
Barca really enjoying themselves here. Lovely run by Messi. Gets it back from Eto. Oh, it's magnificent!
He is hailed by Barca fans not merely as a great athlete, but as an emperor or more.
I'm afraid they get a bit messianic. It's now at the Messi stage as we all worship at his feet. It's a temple where soccer's played at its very best, and he's the high priest, and that's why we're getting to worship states here.
And Barcelona isn't the only temple. Hundreds of millions are watching on 6 continents. There are 1,500 Barca fan clubs around the world. This is the Smithfield, a bar on West 28th Street in New York City. It houses the Manhattan branch of the Messi cult. And guess who's just scored a goal? Bob Weinberg is the leader of the Brooklyn contingent.
Messi is arguably the greatest player of all time. He doesn't overpower you with strength. He plays smart. He's that huge. He's just fast as hell, and he's great.
And he's got a great team behind him. Barca's other players are responsible for more than their share of goals, and they help Messi as much as he helps them. When people say to you, "Hey Leo, you are the best player in the world," how does it make you feel? How do you react to that?
Agradecido, obviamente, feliz y...
Very grateful and happy that this is the opinion people have of me. And the fact that they tell me and think that of me is obviously a wonderful thing.
Do you realize how much joy you bring to people?
No sé, creo que la gente...
Yeah, I think that everybody gets joy, not just because of me, but because of this Barca team that's been winning and playing so well lately.
Leo, that's a very generous and modest thing to say, but you're the man. Messi is the man. You're world famous. Even in New York, the friends of my grandchild are wearing shirts with your name on it. I mean, you've got to accept that.
No, pero la verdad que ya te digo que gente piense eso, para mí es increíble.
No, but the truth is, the fact that people think that of me is incredible. It's an honor to be recognized like that. But Barca is not just Messi. Barca has very good players.
Lionel Messi was born in Rosario, a city on the Panama River in Argentina. His father, Jorge, had worked in a factory. Do you remember when your son kicked his first soccer ball?
Sí, recuerdo que tenía 3 años. Bueno, nosotros...
Yes, I remember that he was 3 years old. In Argentina, the first present you give to a boy is a football.
This is where he learned the game, where these kids are playing today, on the street where he lived. He joined the local club, Newell's Old Boys. He was 8. He didn't shine in class, but on the field he was already practicing magic. He was the best on the team, a star, but a little star, smaller than life. There was something wrong. He just wasn't growing. He had a serious problem, didn't he? He was short because he had a hormone deficiency.
Sí, fue un tiempo que la pasamos mal.
Yes, it was a very difficult time for us because we didn't know anything about that sickness, that hormone deficiency that he had.
Leo needed treatment, but it was expensive, the equivalent of his father's monthly salary, and no Argentinian team was about to invest in a pre-teen with a medical problem. But word of this curious prodigy was spreading to Europe. He and his father were invited to fly to Barcelona. Charlie Reshak, the team's sporting director, was asked to check him out.
Y entonces vino aquí a Barcelona, le hicieron unas pruebas.
So he came to Barcelona for tryouts. Everybody said that he's a good player, but some said he's too small, that he looks like a player on a foosball table.
What happened when Messi got to the pitch?
Cuando llegué allí dije, ya lo podéis fichar.
When I got there, I said, you've got to sign him. That kid is different from everyone else.
But club executives weren't sure. Said there are plenty of good local boys around. Why pay big bucks to bring an undersized 12-year-old who needed medical treatment and his whole family across the ocean? But Barca's sporting director was adamant. He sat Lionel's father down and made sporting history. You were in a restaurant?
Yo pedí un papel y un lápiz para...
I asked for a piece of paper and a pen, but they didn't have paper. So finally, I just wrote the contract on a napkin.
That napkin has become the stuff of legend. Reshak enrolled Messi in Barca's youth academy, housed in a farmhouse called La Masia in the shadow of Barcelona's iconic stadium. It looked pretty much like any private school, communal everything, large portions, evening television, enthusiasm. But the academy was different in one respect. Its overwhelming objective was to produce a legion of exceptional footballers. Not only are the club's last 2 managers products of the system, but in some games this season, all 11 players on the pitch came through the academy. Midfielder Cesc Fabregas was there when Messi arrived. When he walked into the room the first day, you didn't think you were looking at a star?
No.
100% not. It was like this. And the coach said to me, "You see this little boy? Nothing. Just kick him, take the ball from him, no problem." I said, "Yeah, he's very little, it will be easy, whatever." So, you're like that, and the first time he made one move with his body, he left me on the floor, he scored the goal, and I said, "Wow, this guy is serious. He's gonna be a real talent." And from that day, he's been unstoppable.
For Lionel, it was thrilling. He was part of a team, kicking a ball around with boys who were going to stay his friends for a long, long time. Would you say that one of the secrets of Barca's success is the fact that so many of the guys on the team have been playing together since they were children?
Yes. I can't put enough emphasis on how complicated the mechanism of how they play is. It's like ballroom dancing, where everybody's got set moves, but what you must do is shine a little bit better and show a little bit more style, because they've been doing the same things, and it's been taught over and over again for 10, 12, 13 years.
How old were you, do you think, when you realized that you were going to be really good?
No, la verdad que nunca me di cuenta, siempre fui.
To be honest, I never realized it. I never really thought that I was going to be really good or not. I just wanted to make my dream come true.
Yeah, but in Argentina you must have realized that you were better than the other kids.
Me decía mi familia, mis amigos.
Well, yes, my family and my friends would tell me, but I wasn't playing football then just to be the best. I just wanted to have fun.
And from his first days with Barca, the crowds enjoyed him too. He was so young and so small, the flea. When he was 17, a little chip over the goalkeeper's head made him the youngest player ever to score a goal for Barca. He was everybody's kid brother. And then in 2000, he scored one which went right into the history books and will stay there. He started from behind the halfway line, outsmarted two midfielders, and broke into an explosive sprint. He left another 4 defenders wondering what was going on, and then scored from a seemingly impossible angle. No one in Spain had ever witnessed anything like it. But Messi had one more thing to prove. Was he the greatest of them all? Cristiano Ronaldo, the Portuguese forward for Real Madrid, was also up there. He knew it, and he certainly acted it. When he scores, he points at himself. When Messi scores, he points somewhere else. And now, I guess you could say that the most potent sports rivalry in the world is Messi and Ronaldo.
It is.
Another team.
It's Nicholas Palmer, isn't it? I think it's Ali Frazier. If you look back through the history of what makes us love sport, there always has to be a rivalry. Ronaldo is tall, powerful, elegant. God gave him athleticism, genes. I think he's an exceptional footballer. I think his great curse is to live in the time of Leo Messi, because he wants to be loved.
But ironically, Messi has not always been loved by everyone in his native Argentina. Many there resent him. He plays for Barcelona, the foreign team. And when he has played for Argentina's national team in the World Cup, he hasn't done very well. Does that bother you?
Sí, obviamente.
Yes, obviously it bothered me then, and I don't like being criticized by my own country.
It must be very, very strange that you are loved in every country in the world except your own country.
La verdad que sí.
Yes, that's the truth. For me, that was very ugly. I didn't want that.
But not as true as it once was. He's been playing often and well for the Argentinian national team recently, was made captain. His agents are now selling the Messi brand worldwide and aiming at a market he hasn't penetrated yet, the United States.
Messi?
In this commercial for an international airline, Messi is competing against not Cristiano Ronaldo, but Kobe Bryant. It's already had 90 million hits on YouTube. Like many athletes, Messi has his own charitable foundation. He contributes not only money, but time to children who are seriously ill. Answers questions as best he can about how he does what he does. Knocks a ball around in a pickup game, offers the kids one of the most prized autographs in the world. There's one kid who won't need an autograph. Messi just had a son, his first. Thiago has already chosen sides. Messi has just signed a new 6-year contract with Barcelona worth an estimated $21.2 million a year after taxes. And that's not including endorsements. When you started out with Barca, after you found out that your contract was written on a napkin, did you ever dream that you might end up with a white Ferrari?
No, la verdad que en ese momento no.
No, to be honest, at that moment, I never would have dreamt that this would happen to me. I could have never imagined that I was going to live the life that I have. I'd always dreamed of being a top football player, and I'm living my dream.
And if the biggest dream is to set an all-time record, Messi did that last December.
Iniesta back to Messi! Oh my goodness. Goal 86.
He scored more goals than had ever been scored in one calendar year.
Some say he's the greatest, and statistically, he is the greatest now.
Once you are the greatest, though, what do you do for an encore? It's hard to imagine, but he's got plenty of time. Lionel Messi, the best player in the world, is only 25.